Hello, this is Laura Densmore, and welcome to this introduction on the greater Exodus to come, presented by Walking in Torah Ministries. The Bible speaks about the end of days and about a final 7-year period that is referred to as the tribulation. The world will then experience darkness, gloom, and God's judgments, and at the end of the 7 years is the return of the Messiah, Jesus Christ, or his Hebrew name, Yeshua HaMashiach. Are we getting on a pre-trib rapture bus at the beginning of this 7 years and then poof, we're out of here? In the popular Left Behind series of books, Christians throughout the world suddenly disappear, also known as raptured or taken up. The main characters then find themselves left behind to survive through the next 7 years of tribulation. The wife is raptured, but the pilot is left behind. Many Christians believe that they will suddenly be taken out or raptured at the beginning of this 7-year tribulation, and that those who are left behind will have to endure those dark and terrible days filled with God's judgments. But what if we are wrong? There is a tribulation timeline that is outlined for us in Daniel chapter 9, verses 24 to 27. More clues about this timeline with specific tribulation events mapped out can be found in the book of Revelation, in Zechariah chapters 12, 13, and 14, in Matthew 24, and in other places throughout the Bible, including the book of Exodus itself. There are specific tribulation events that will be happening on that timeline. If we believe that we will be getting on a rapture bus and then poof, we are out of here, and we're wrong, and we're still here, and these tribulation events will hit us with great intensity and force. It is very, very important that we understand this timeline. It is God's timeline. If we are wrong about this timeline, then the end-time tribulation events could come upon us like lemmings going over a cliff, or like a speeding freight train that hits us as we sit on the train tracks. What does the Bible tell us? In Jesus' own words, in Matthew 24, 29 and 30, it says, "But immediately after the tribulation of those days, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light, and the stars will fall from the sky, and the powers of the heavens will be shaken. And then the sign of the Son of Man will appear in the sky, and then all the tribes of the earth will mourn, and they will see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of the sky with power and great glory." For the coming of the Son of Man will be just like the days of Noah. For as in those days before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered the ark, and they did not understand until the flood came and took them all away. So will the coming of the Son of Man be. There will be 2 men in a field. One will be taken, and one will be left. In the days of Noah, who was left? Noah and his family were left. Who was taken away? It was the wicked. They were swept away in the flood. This event is then directly compared to the end of days. Who will be taken? Many in the mainstream Christian world have been taught that it is the righteous who are taken. But what if it is not the righteous who are taken, but the wicked? Just as in the days of Noah, the wicked were taken away in the flood. And just as in the days of Noah, who will be taken away? It is a direct comparison between these 2 events. What if it is the wicked who are taken, just like in the days of Noah? Something happens in the middle of the week in Daniel's timeline. The rapture, is it at the beginning of the 7-year period, or is there a triggering event at the beginning of the great tribulation when we are to flee in the middle of the 7-year period. Which is it? There is a triggering event that starts the Great Tribulation, or the last 3.5 years of the Daniel's timeline. In Matthew 24, verses 15 and 16, Yeshua is speaking, and he's referring to Daniel's timeline. And he says, "Therefore, when you see the abomination of desolation, which was spoken of through Daniel the prophet, standing in the holy place, let the reader understand. Then those who are in Judea must flee to the mountains, but pray that your flight will not be in the winter or on a Sabbath." Pray that your flight will not be in winter or on a Sabbath, for then there will be a great tribulation, such as has not occurred since the beginning of the world until now, nor ever will. The greater Exodus is compared to the first Exodus, and it's spoken of in Jeremiah chapter 16, verses 14 and 15. "Therefore see, the days are coming, declares Yahweh, when it will no longer be said, as Yahweh lives who brought up the sons of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but as Yahweh lives who brought up the sons of Israel from the land of the north and from all the countries where he had banished them, for I will restore them to their own land, which I gave to their fathers." There is a greater Exodus coming. The tribulation is near. Are you prepared? Find out more. There's a 4-part teaching series on the greater Exodus to come. The teachings are short, YouTube-like video clips, and they are free. Visit walkingintorah.com to learn more. Thanks.